About 4 years ago, my son graduated from high school. And when he was getting ready to walk across the stage to get his diploma, my wife wanted me to write him a letter. And in the letter, she wanted me to remind him of certain things that we expected of him and certain rules as he went off onto his journey in life. So I sat down and started writing the letter. And as part of the letter, I decided I would make them rules for life, things that I had learned throughout my life. And I made a list of about 10 things. Well, very quickly the list grew from 10 to 20, then from 20 to 30, and then from 30 to 50. Finally, I stopped at 50. I published 50 Rules for Sons, and I put it on my blog at work, and it took off. So after that, I started writing various other blogs on topics that were closer to my heart than just legal topics. After I wrote 50 Rules for Sons, we published it in a small book and gave it out as graduation gifts to my son's friends. And it was quite a hit. There are a number of rules in there. Some are serious, some are lighthearted. I'll tell you just a few of them. One of them is don't major in the minors. And that's an important thing. If you're playing video games and you're distracted with other things, that's not going to get you anywhere. If you're majoring in minors, you're never going to get any traction in life. Another important rule is wait at least 24 hours before you send a letter that's entitled, "Dear Judge Dumbass." I did that. When I was a young lawyer, I was fairly impetuous, and I was very angry with a certain judge. So I penned a letter to him, and it started, "Dear Judge Dumbass." That's not the right thing to do. To finish the story, though, I gave the letter to my legal assistant to mail it. And that night I went home and I had a pretty fitful night of sleep. Got up the next morning, went into the office, went to my legal assistant and said, "I really regret sending that letter." She looked up at me, opened her desk drawer, pulled the letter out and said, "Do you mean this one?" She saved me from my basest instincts. I was lucky then. But you're going to do things when you're young out of anger. And you really need to be careful not to do that. Those are just two of the lessons that I tried to impart in 50 Rules for Sons. There are 48 more.